Right, Commission, as you mentioned, this is an amendment to the construction management contract for an old project, our gate and nav aid project AIP 33. For a little background, in January of 2015, the Port Commission authorized the Executive Director to sign an agreement with WH Pacific for construction management. Subsequent to that, we signed a contract with Olympic Electric to actually do the construction. And then in July of 2015, Port Commission authorized the Executive Director to execute change orders number 1 and number 2 for that construction contract with Olympic Electric for additional work where we had to move the PAPI. We also had to develop a new power source for some of the gates there. The thing that kind of got left out of that was the fact that WH Pacific was also required to do construction management for the additional construction days for those 2 change orders. That turned out to be about 15 days that they worked. So what we're trying to do here is catch up with that and compensate WH Pacific for the actual extra days of construction management that they did. This came up in the process of closing out this AIP with the FAA. The FAA agreed that this work had actually occurred, and they agreed with the Port's request to amend and increase the construction management services contract with WH Pacific by $18,262 to compensate for those extra days. This is normal for these types of things. The FAA will fund it at 90%. The Port match in this particular case would be 10% or an additional $1,827. So for this housekeeping item, if you will, staff is recommending the Commission authorize the Executive Director to execute amendment number 1 with WH Pacific to increase the construction management services project to a not exceed amount of $143,245.
I'll move to authorize the Executive Director to execute amendment number 1 with WH Pacific, Inc. to increase authorized construction management services for the gate and nav aid improvements project to a not to exceed amount of $143,245.
Second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the motion carries unanimously. Thank you.
Thank you.